Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Sunday Meditation. Uh, my name is Paulo, and I will be your leader today. Um, we'll do a very simple meditation. We'll do 3 sessions of just sitting quietly here together and mindfully breathing, and then we'll chant the syllable Hung in between those sessions to break it up. And these are 2 of maybe the 3 main meditation styles that came from the east from the east to us. So one is mindfulness on the breath, and the other one is mindfulness on a sound or a mantra. In this case, just a simple syllable. So see how you feel, and I'll give you some guidance along the way. We'll start now. So allow yourself to just arrive on your seat. Tap into your breath. At first, don't try to modify how you're breathing. Just notice whether your breath is mostly in your lungs. Is it going to your belly? Is it both expanding your belly and your lungs? Just take a couple breaths there and notice what the quality of your breath is. Once you have done this, I invite you to try to expand your breath. Allow it to come in slowly. Fill your stomach first, your belly area, then your lungs, and then allow it to top off at your collarbone. And then slowly feel how it leaves your body. You might notice your breath as it comes into your nose or as it fills your lungs. Either of these are okay. Just remain mindful to it. As you're mindful of your breath, also tap into the quality of your body. Are you stressed? Are your shoulders hiked up to your ears? If so, just allow your attention to come to that, whatever tension there is in your body, maybe your lower back, maybe your mid-back. Don't struggle with it. Don't judge it too much. Just notice it. Maybe tell yourself that you're allowed to relax. You're allowed to let go. And as you breathe out, just let go of whatever tension is building up there. Typically in meditation, we try to have a straight spine, but not such so that it's strainful. Just having the natural curvature of your spine, allowing each vertebra to sit on top of the next, so that we're up and alert, but we're not putting too much effort into it. And then just breathe. Just notice the breath and relax. By now, most of us have probably already lost our attention from our breath. It comes pretty quickly to most of us. Whether you're thinking about tomorrow or yesterday. Don't judge what it is, just notice that you've left the attention from your breath and gently come back to it. If it helps, just label the fact that you've thought, just say thought, and gently nudge your attention back to your breath. practice here is really coming back to the breath over and over again, as most long time meditators will tell you. It's not so much about how long you can stay present to the breath, but it is about how much awareness you can bring to the fact that you've departed from that attention. Now don't judge yourself and don't beat yourself up too much when you lose the attention. It's normal, and you should just, gently notice it and nudge your attention back. And that's really all we're doing here, is coming back over and over to the breath. And over time, this allows us to remain there for longer. And I invite you to check into yourself and see how that felt. Don't be too judgmental, just feel. Don't conceptualize too much. Notice if you have brought some tension into any parts of your body throughout this practice. Maybe your shoulders are coming up to your ears. Maybe you're clenching your jaw. If it helps you, I personally like to put my tongue against my teeth. And this opens up the palate, which allows you to release some tension from your face. Something else that might help you stabilize or feel like there's support is the fact that as we sit here, our spine is in direct line with the center of the earth. And the earth just holds us without any judgment, just lovingly and compassionately. She allows us to be here. She supports us. And it's unconditional. So if this thought helps you feel more at ease and more comfortable in your meditation practice, I invite you to acknowledge that. And again, notice how that feels in your body. Not what words you can put along with it, but just how your body feels. I find it important when meditating to be aware of what our motivation for practicing is. And really, it's not just meditation, it's really our whole lives. But it's important to start building that, acknowledging of our motivation when we're meditating. So I invite you to tap into yourself and maybe wonder why it is that you are here meditating with us. Is it because you heard maybe in a magazine of the positive benefits that meditation has in both your physical and mental health? Is it because your friend invited you to come along? Maybe you've been reading some books about Buddhism or yoga and you want to get to know what that really is. Or maybe you want to get to know yourself better and you're allowing yourself the time to sit here silently just with yourself. Again, come back to the breath. All those lists of things that we have to do or that we didn't do, they're not getting done right now. Allow yourself to be present and relaxed. you haven't already, I invite you to, in this last couple of minutes, try to meditate with your eyes open. This is a little bit harder, but at the end of the day, in our tradition, we try to be able to not block out the outside world, but be able to interact with it in a more positive manner. So by opening our eyes while we meditate, we start to train in being able to remain present in our everyday lives. So I invite you to do this. Also, if it's helpful, one of the instructions with the eyes open is if you notice that your mind is racing a lot, you can downcast your eyes about 45 degrees. This helps a little bit to calm down the mind. The flip side to it is if you're feeling sleepy, you can turn your eyes up a little bit, and this will help the energy in your body to keep you awake for longer. Now, there's a book of names going around. We tend to dedicate a merit of our practice to all sentient beings, but if there's someone in particular who would need a little bit more of our energy, please feel free to write the names on the book. If you found that any of these practices was particularly appealing to you, I invite you to take it home with you. Short periods of meditation are better than longer ones. So if you can sit for 10 minutes, take a break, and then another 10 minutes, that's a pretty good start for a beginner, I would say. So, whether it is just sitting with the breath or chanting a syllable or a mix of both, whatever you feel works for you, I invite you to take this home. Are we going to have a break before we dedicate? Okay. Sorry. Please have a break. We dedicate the merit of our practice to all sentient beings, but today in particular to Lori, Raven, Devra, Ben, Hayden, Lauren, Ben, Austin, Sarandel, Emma, Ryan, Carlos, Nicolas, Stephen Williams, Linda, Helen, Jack Phillips and family, Claire dissertation, all victims of terrorism and war, Rose, Possum, Mom, Dad, Annie, Nini and Grandma, Maddie, Mary Claire, Amy, Jordan, Ed, Lulu, Randall, Audrey, Max, Dog, Autumn, Dawn, Luis Fabio, Bobby, all suffering children's, Margaret, Anne, Tessa, Hans, Ruth Bardo, Danielle, Megan, Pendi, thank you. Nassim, Iqbal, Awais, Fergo Ali, Anya, Alderon Day, George Hagel and Lido, Bob Simon, David Carr Bardo, Andrea, Fran, Sarah, and George Hagel. Animals affected by human activity. And we'll close our practice with a big ah. And as we chant ah, we send light out to everybody in this room, everybody in Houston, and everybody in the world. Thank you for coming. And Mary Scott has some announcements for us.
Thank you so much, Paulo, and for a lovely meditation. Welcome to everybody who's here for the first time. I'm Mary Scott, and I'm Executive Director at Dawn Mountain, and we have a big week coming up because Lunar New Year begins this Thursday, and we will have our annual Losar celebration for Tibetan New Year on Friday, and it's potluck supper, bring a vegetarian dish to share, and then we will do a really fun, appropriate for all ages Tibetan ritual to cleanse ourselves of negativities and then welcome in the positive energies of the new year. And it's really fun. There's dough and there's colored string. And Anne will read our fortunes, which is also a big treat. So join us for that Friday evening, 6:30. Then a week from today, this Sunday, we're going to have our first ever all Sangha meeting. And this is an opportunity for me and the founders to give you all a little picture of where we are in terms of how we're performing in our new space and numbers and all those good facts that you might be curious about. I promise it won't take very long. And in order to provide you an incentive to attend, there are a couple of options. Well, we will have cake. There will be cake. There will be coffee. And if you are here for the All Sangha meeting, you can enter into a drawing to win 2 tickets to the big gala on Saturday, March 28th, which will celebrate Harvey, our co-founder's 70th birthday, and will be the first ever venture into big-time event fundraising for Dawn Mountain. So the opportunity to come for free is a great chance, and we hope you'll be here for the Sangha meeting and enter the drawing and win and join us. Around the room, there are some items that have been sent in from abroad in the land, as Harvey would say, and in particular, these came from Rinpoche in Tibet. There are 3 tankas over there on that table, and then there's some sacred objects up on the left, on the front. I'm pointing the right way, sorry. But take a look at those. Those will be available as part of the silent auction and live auction that will be part of the gala. So more incentive to come and celebrate with us. And of course, our Teaching Tuesdays continue this Tuesday. If you've never been, it's okay. You can come from 7 to 9. Ann and Harvey are leading a wonderful series, and each lecture also stands alone, so come and check it out. Those are on the 1st and 3rd Tuesdays of every month here at Dawn Mountain. Then we have Practice Tuesdays, 2nd and 4th Tuesdays. And around the room are lots of folks who can answer any questions. Gary, Deborah, Steve, Paulo, raise your hands. Would be happy to talk to you about how you can get more involved. Thank you so much. See you soon.